So on the first week of Feb, I traveled to New Zealand. This time I was lucky enough that my luck was traveling with me, and I was waiting at Bangkok airport in the transit for my next flight. When I was just waiting, I thought, let's check my emails. The first email was that an interview call from 2 Degree Mobile for an interview call.
Oh, this is good news. Yeah, I was really waiting for this news. Yeah.
I was just amazed and I was happy that the company is willing to interview me. So you can't imagine, my whole fear just disappeared.
Actually, I have an appointment with Thomas Sankey.
No problem. I'll let you know you're here. Can I take a seat?
Thank you.
The interview went very good. Initial response from the manager was good. So that's how it started. Then this is how after 1 month I landed that job, and then since then I am working with 2 Degrees. I'm quite happy.
Saqib has felt right at home at 2 Degrees, as head of HR Helen Roach explains.
We've got around 40 different nationalities in our organisation, with close to 500 people. And the work ethic and the just willingness to settle into the organisation and to New Zealand. And most of them are just so grateful to be here.
So 2 Degrees couldn't survive without migrant workers?
2 Degrees would not be the business it is today with in IT or our engineering areas at all if we didn't have migrants. That's absolutely right.
Once I get the job, the second priority thing was to get my family over here as soon as possible. So my family was also happy. They were preparing for coming over here. They were all set to go. Just 2 days before their flights from Islamabad, and a sad incident happened at my house.
What had happened to his family as they prepared to leave for New Zealand to join Saqib was his worst fears come true.
My family was alone at home. There some robbers entered my house.
Where is the money? Give me the jewelry.
And they brutally deal with my family. They hit my wife with a gun. She fell down, and they beat my kids because they started making noise. Suddenly they robbed everything. I mean, the money, the gold, the precious items, everything which my wife has packed up. They just torn out everything to find whatever they could get. They were hungry for money. They have been beating my son. Then my daughter was sleeping in another room. When they saw her, they put her, tied her legs and hanged upside down in the room and in front of her mother, asking her, let us know where is the jewelry, where is the money, where is everything.
Give us everything.
After looting everything, they locked the doors from outside and ran away.
As the news came through to Saqib, this husband, this father, half a world away, was beside himself with anxiety.
Over here, when I came to know about this incident, I was so sad. I was quite I feel myself helpless. So for a moment, my happiness just disappeared. But anyways, I managed to handle myself, control myself, and I talked with my family. They said everything is okay, all safe here.
Saqib's wife Hafiza and the children have been deeply traumatized by the attack.
But I think slowly they will forget that incident. That was a very sad incident. I can't explain you. I'm thankful to my Lord. Save my family.
Saqib's eldest daughter, Minihil, is slowly adjusting to the Kiwi way of life.
She really loves her school. She tell me that she's picked the library books on herself. He made a choice herself, and then I have to read in front of her, and that's the way she's learning, and she has a little bit of homework as well. So I like that style, and she is really picking up new words. The way she speaks English is much better than me as well. I feel he is speaking the way the Kiwis. I am very anxious to be called as Kiwi. Yeah, it is one of my objective to be a Kiwi, and especially I want to say one thing, that the New Zealand is a place where I find expression of love for all. With the start of my career over here, I feel satisfied. I have no fear, which I had when I was coming to New Zealand.
The dream for Odetta Netsisimpa was to get away from Burundi's civil war.
My family was in danger. If you stay in the country, you would be forced to be supporting one of the group. If you don't feel like, you just had to leave.
One of the poorest countries in Africa, Burundi was being torn apart. Were you able to take much with you?
No, because it was a long, long walk. No transport, just walking, mountains and valleys. So it was risky to carry things and very hard as well.
After many years in refugee camps, the UN processed Odetta to come to New Zealand.
Coming to New Zealand was a good choice. It's just like God just sending us to the promised land that we get to hear from the Bible.
Although Odetta is fluent in 3 languages, English wasn't one of them.
As a mother in a country that I don't know, and I wasn't that confident in English as well, no language. And luckily I picked up a few lessons back in Tanzania and in Kenya.
Odetta had trained as a teacher, but her qualifications weren't recognized here.
I couldn't teach because English as a second language wasn't qualifying me to go ahead and do my teaching. But each time I thought of going back to my teaching career, they asked me to go to English class to finish up the language course to qualify me, which I couldn't do.
Even though teaching was no longer an option as a career, life was still good.
Oh my God, just this is a country to live in, at least. After struggling in a refugee camp, you could have a house you call yours, you could take children to school, you could get something to eat. So it was peaceful as well. Nobody to knock on your door, get out and go.
Odetta soon realized that to get ahead in Auckland, she needed a driver's license and a car. And that led to a business idea.
My auntie's family came, and 4 of them were at the age of, they had a license. Then, because they could not understand English, I decided to teach them myself. Other friends of theirs, they asked me the same. When I did it many times, I became confident. Go enter there. After turning, if you see 100 meters, make it straight, and straight, and straight. Then accelerate one more for me, please. Then I just got some information from AA. Then until I got to know how I can go ahead and apply to be instructor, they put me on a course. Then I did it.
And so the mobile driving school for migrants hit the road.
Then we go straight. I want you now to press to stop. Can you press